how housing actually influences the industrial uses in New York City.
Right. Well, I'm not an urban planner, but I do find it very interesting, and I think it's important to think about what makes livable communities and how we can design spaces to make livable communities. And I think it is a problem that we're constantly losing commercial and manufacturing space, and I think that we really do have to preserve it. And this area, and one of the things that is part of the problem why we've lost manufacturing, even in our manufacturing zoned areas, is landlords want to get the biggest buck, or the biggest bang for their dollar, and so they've turned a lot of that space into self-storage because, per square foot they can get more money, and they're just sort of holding off, waiting to be able to convert into residential. So what I think that we need to do is create some tax incentives and subsidies to sort of equalize, how much money they're getting, and then push to create manufacturing space. And what we can also do is, she's so excited. What we can also do is, when we change the zoning law so that manufacturing is much more defined. I mean, right now manufacturing includes a lot of things. So we can
hotels, right?
What?
It includes hotels, right?
Yeah, hotels, supermarkets, and self-storage and office space. So I think what we need to do first off is redefine the zoning, and then be very careful as we do a rezoning in terms of specifying how much housing can come in and putting a cap on it so that we're not pushing out manufacturing space. And then what I think we should also do is sort of create, just like we're trying to create, these sort of tech think tanks, create manufacturing think tanks. So there's plenty of people who need small scale manufacturing space. So we can create, take a larger space and essentially sort of section it off so that you can rent out a stall or some portion of it and be able to ramp up your business to a level greater than what you can do in your apartment, but maybe not a huge factory. And that's something that again we can certainly use city subsidies and support to make that happen.
It's so funny that you mentioned the storage thing because I live on Washington Avenue, and on my way here, the big storage place on Atlantic and Underhill, and I looked at it on my way over and I said, I wonder when they're going to turn this into luxury housing. When are they going to finally sell this? Is it like when DOT finally, when we pave that part of Atlantic? Like when is it going to be?
Well, it's still zoned, so they can't do it.
So it's like I'm wondering, when is that whole process going to start to happen? Because obviously that would be.
Well, I think that's going to happen now. That's the point. Jobs for New York is really they pick their candidate and they pick someone they think is going to carry their water, and I think that is probably the first thing that they're going to push for. And there's a lot of space in here, and I think that people are really dying to get in here, and that's what I'm most worried about. I want to make sure that we have a big chunk of land, that we actually come up with a real long-term sustainable plan that creates a sustainable community. If we have housing, office space, commercial space, light manufacturing, and I think we can even support a hotel along Atlantic Avenue. Will create a space that people want to go to and will have its own, center and vibrancy. Yeah.